Okay, again, welcome in this lecture of today, because earlier there was some problem relating to the connectivity. This lecture is a general kind of lecture which is related to the understanding techniques of law. And this is very essential for LLM student. What is law, where is law, and how it will be understood by the students, and what are the techniques to be applied law in future where it will require to apply it. The today's debate is relating to the application of ratio of the Anuradha Bhasin's judgment of January 2020, 10th January 2020. The debate is not in a new direction, but it is based on the basic understanding aspect of the law. Unless one will not study the whole case, whenever there will be the judgment, and it will be very difficult to say that what is the ratio decidendi of the case. Ratio decidendi is the part of the jurisprudence, and it is the very core and fundamental issue for the application of law. And in the court of law, if a person is not competent to understand the ratio decidendi, and he is not in position to search the ratio decidendi, the whole judgment of the particular case which he is taking the support may be against him because of the only one word. Now, then think over again the judgment which we are just referring from the 2 days back. Continuously we are thinking over it because of shortage of time, and if it is not in printed form, the habit is to read and study the cases in the printing form. And whenever we are studying the material from the internet, no doubt there is some problem of the habit. I'm just, some may be the expert to understand it or to read it, study it, but some have some problem that is there. Then this case, as a new dimension of the fundamental right under the Constitution, a emerging right according to the need of the society, as we have read the case decided by that Kerala High Court. You have seen that the facts of that case in that matter was totally different in Kerala High Court, because it was a case related to the student. Student matter is totally different, but if we are talking about the matter related to maintain the public order, because the public order is one of the word as written under Article 19 Clause 2, public order, not law and order, but there is a public order. And on the basis of the public order, the restrictions can be imposed by the executive, administrative authorities on the speech and expression. Therefore, court has indirectly said that I will say, the good philosophy of applying the judicious might according to the need of the society and the development in the area of law and technology too. But Directly, court has withdrawn the hand by laid down the categorically that whether to access the internet in the situation as it is prevailing in the particular area of the country is a fundamental right, or it comes indirectly under the certain provisions of the constitutional law. The whole debate in this case was related to this proportionality and the disproportionality. Proportionality versus the disproportionality. It was the whole debate into that one. And that proportionality or disproportionality is related to the provisions as it has guaranteed by constitution makers to the citizen of India. Secondly, the another aspect that whether the restriction can be imposed on the grounds which has prescribed under Article 19, Clause 2. This was the whole debate in this case. And judges were the N.V. Ramanna, R. Subhas Reddy, and B.R. Gavai. 3 judges were there. Of course, no doubt, the N.V. Ramanna was said with the other judges that it is a issue relating to access the internet, because the one was the that journalist, another petitioner was the political leader, people's representative, and they have demanded that our fundamental rights are going to be violated. Under Article 32, they have approached to the Supreme Court. They have approached to the Supreme Court. Therefore, again, I am just quoting the paragraph 28. Please think over it and the words which had said by the court in this paragraph. It said that none of the councils, not only the council, but none of the councils have argued, because it is the basically of the observation of the court to support own judgment. None of the councils have argued before declaring the right to access the internet as a fundamental right. This is one sentence. None of the councils have argued for declaring the right to access the internet as a fundamental right. Second portion, and therefore, we are not expressing any view on the same. We are not expressing any view on the same, because there was no argument, as the court has said that none of the council has argued that to declare. One of the very essential word is declare, because the Supreme Court have the power to declare only, not to lay down. Laid down is totally different. If Supreme Court is just declaring any law under Article either 142 or 141 to declare the law, that will be the new dimension of the law. To lay down the principle or to uphold the judgments of lower court, or to set aside the court on the basis set aside the judgment of lower court on the basis of existing law, is not called the declare. It is not a declare law declared by the Supreme Court. When the court have the power to declare the law, and when the court have the power to decide the matter, or to decide the matter and to deliver the judgment, it is called, of course, directly or indirectly the judgment of the courts. But if new law has declared by the Supreme Court, this is the power of the only Supreme Court to declare the law. And the Supreme Court has also laid down the principle that this is not the power of the High Court to declare the law. This is power either 141, because the law declared by the Supreme Court shall be the binding on all the courts. This is the language of 141 for the purpose of this precedent. application of precedent and to search the ratio descendi. That is the matter. So my point is that, first point is to declare. The Supreme Court said that none of the counsel have argued for declaring the right to access the internet as a fundamental right. This is one argument. None of the advocate has argued to declare it, because declaring power is lies in the Supreme Court. This is the power of the Supreme Court. If there is to declare any law or to develop the law, that is called the declare the law. Declare the law. And it may be the judgment in the form of the judgment, but it is to declare the law. That is the point. And secondly, which is very confusing still to understand what the court has laid down in this case. And therefore, we are expressing, court has said that we are expressing the any view, thus we are not expressing. This is the point that the court said that we are not expressing the negative, I can say, the declaration of the court. We are not expressing any view on the same. We, the court has used the we, not the single judge. The we are not expressing any view on the same. We are confining ourselves. Third is, there are 3 points. Number one, the court said that none of the counsel has argued before us to access the internet as a fundamental right. This is point number one. Number 2 point is that we are not expressing any view on the same, because none has argued. We are not laid downing any principle to declare it, because there was no argument. If argument is not there, then court has restricted itself that we are not expressing any view. This is called the self-restriction of the court. One of the doctrine is also there, that self-restriction. I have asked to the Suresh and the Deepakji, whenever there is a debate, there should be the argument of the teacher to explain it with the help of the students also. Perhaps they have attended or not. But anyway, my sincere contention and argument before the student is that court has said that none of the counsel has argued. Number one, to declare. The word used, the declare. Therefore, court said that we are not expressing any view on the same. On the same means on the argument which has not placed before us by the court. We are not expressing anything. Whether it is a fundamental right or not a fundamental right. This is point number 2. Point number 3. We are confining ourselves to declaring that. Again, we are confining ourselves to declaring that the right to freedom of speech and expression under Article 19(1)(a) and the right to carry on any trade or business under Article 19(1)(g), using the medium of internet, is constitutionally protected. It is very interesting. Using the medium of the internet, because for trade, business and speech expression, there is the need of, and without using the internet, this cannot be, at present, this cannot be exercised by the citizen. It is the intention of the court, and court said that we are confining only. Protected internet is constitutionally protected. It means categorically the court has not laid down that to access the internet is a fundamental right. But suppose the court has not said, it has not said, but suppose the court will say that it is a fundamental right. Court said that it is protected by Constitution, protected by the Constitution. And another side, it means the sense is that whenever there is the carrying the business and the trade and the use of internet is very essential, protected by the Constitution. Constitution will say that the medium, it can be accessed means the business and the trade can run by the citizen by using the internet, only that area, by using the internet. But if the code has escaped itself that it is, we are not expressing anything, that it is a fundamental right. Suppose it will be said by the court. Suppose it has been said, then what will be the effect of this judgment? This is a question before you. It is a issue. Court has said that we are not expressing anything on the same, which has not argued by the advocate, none of the counsel before us. We are not expressing any view on the same, but we are confining only on. It means fundamental right has not been declared. Then think over it. The issue which I have raised, that is not declared as a fundamental right, but protected by the Constitution. Then, if suppose this has suppose it has been declared that it is a fundamental right, what was the consequences of this issue? Suppose it had, the consequences of this issue, it means that all the fundamental rights are negative rights. As you know, all the students are aware that all the fundamental rights are negative rights. Sometimes it is being asked in the examination also, why all the fundamental rights are negative, whereas the DPSP are the positive, and these are the liability, duty, obligation of another side. But these are the negative in the sense that whenever there will be any fundamental right, it shall be, basically it cannot be violated by the state by any means, even if by making any law, except to some restriction imposed. Suppose it has been said by the court that it is a fundamental right, it means the internet is not available in all the corners of India. Then the duty of the state is to provide that internet to every citizen of India. That's why the court has escaped. And the judiciary is very learned and very visionary persons. It may be said in future, but at this juncture, because of the facts, because of the circumstances, and because of the situation, court has not laid down categorically that it is a fundamental right, but court said that it is essential for speech and expression, number one, and protected by the Constitution. But it is not just like right to education. The court has declared not categorically, Mohani Jain said, but later on court has diverted its judgment. And therefore the paragraph 28 says that protected by the Constitution, use of internet only for the two purposes. Number one, speech and expression, and number two, to carry the trade and business, whatever the words are there under Article 19(1)(g). It is protected, but it doesn't mean it is a fundamental right. This is but if you will see that another case, Foundation Media Professional, the court has nothing to do with any ratio laid down by the Supreme Court in Anuradha case. In that case, simply court has constituted a committee to assess the situation of Jammu and Kashmir. And it is very interesting. If you will see, that court has said that the question of fact is totally different. The factual situation is totally different in that state. And question of balancing and proportionately balancing the system. One side, 19(2), and another side, 19(1)(a). And new technology demands that it should become within the purview of the Article 19(1)(a), speech and expression, because there are the journalists, there are the people's representative, there are the other persons, and they want to use or exercise their right by accessing the internet, and it is protected. It means this will come under that one, that as a facet, but it is not a fundamental right. It is very clear. It is not a fundamental right because of the consequences. If once it will be declared by the Supreme Court as a fundamental right, there will be another problem. It will create another problem. Another PIL will come before the Supreme Court and will request to issue the mandamus to the government and to provide the internet to every citizen of India, because it is a fundamental right as declared by the Supreme Court, and there is no economic facilities. And at present also there is a situation is totally different. Therefore, this is a question of fact. It is a question of fact. And secondly, it is a question of balancing the situation, circumstances, and proportionality principle as it has laid down and declared by the court various cases, and has accepted proportionality, because the court said that 19(1)(a) and 19(1)(g) is constitutionally protected. This is called the proportionality. The proportionately, the court has accepted constitutionally protected, but it is not fundamental right. And very, I can say the word clever will not be there. Very using the intelligentsia by the court has escaped his approach by saying that none of the council has argued before us to declare it. It means the point is lies on the advocates, councils. They have not raised. Therefore, we are not declaring it. We are confining ourselves. Very interestingly, the court has taken the balancing approach, as I have said, to harmonize the competing rights. And this is the principle laid down from 1980, Minerva Mills case. Although this is a principle, I'm not just citing that this DPSB and the FR, but the harmonizing system, the principle of harmonizing. And the Sanjeev Coke's case, manufacturing company, that is also the case there. And in these cases, court had cited in this case also the this is the harmonizing system of this case. This is, and before the court, some figures has placed by the Solicitor General and advocate on behalf of the government, that there is a from 1990 to 2019, there is some issues relating to this the violence, and the advocate has placed the data, that is, the said that 71 the 7,000 that is the 7,000 no 71,000 recorded incident of terrorist violence from 1990 to 2019, and 14,308 civilians have died. In the same way, the security personnel were 5,292. Speech and expression and the restriction on the speech and expression. Basically, this is a case of imposing the 144 of the CRPC. To impose the 144, where there is a provision that the 5 persons cannot be gathered in a place, and they cannot carry all these things. Every aspect is, and it has amended the 44A is also there. Now 144, the terrorists also killed to 22,536. That was the factual situation. Therefore, to access the internet, it has protected, no doubt, but for the purpose of speech and expression, wherever the right of journalist is there, because the two were there, and they were, the one was the journalist, another was the people's representative, and their right is to speech and to use the expression, which is the part of press. The part of press is the expression. As if you will see the American Constitution, there was a debate that at the time of the First Amendment, expression is comes within the purview of the press. Press means the you can say the press comes because the expression word is there. And therefore, one side the journalist, another side speech is of the leader, political leader, and the court has decided both the matters, that they have the right. This is protected. They can use and they can access the internet. They can access the internet. But internet, using of internet is not a fundamental right. This is protected because their right is to speech and expression, their right. Therefore, they can access it and it is protected. Speech and expression is protected. Medium is also protected. A pen is protected. Paper, a person cannot write without the paper. In the same way, expression and speech cannot be exercised by any person without the using the medium. But this is not fundamental right. This is the thin line in between this two assessment or analysis of the viewpoint on this case. Thus, the point is relating to this all these. We may not the court has also said that even broadcasting guaranteed of the comes under the free speech would not protect the entire gamut of speech. Broadcasting, the broadcasting, because whenever the broadcasting will be there, broadcasting it comes within the speech. One of the journalists were there, and either to broadcast or to publish it. Exceptions are there, and it is a fundamental. It comes under 19(1)(a). But there is the such type of the aspect which says that to understand the ratio descendi, and whenever the ratio descendi shall not be understood by any student which says that this is the ratio of the case, the one will commit the mistake. That's why in the beginning I have pointed out, highlighted that editor's note is also in the reported case, and they are habitual. They have the habit to read whole case, and head notes, to make the head notes, it is not the duty of the court, neither the Supreme Court and the High Court, and to record and to report the judgment of the Supreme Court according to the Constitutional Code of Records are there, 129 and so on. You can search the article that only the High Courts and Supreme Court's judgment shall be recorded, because these are the Code of Records. And at the time of the delivering the judgment, it is not the duty of the court to make the note, means what is the ratio. And in the journal, in the reported form or printed form of the journal, one can study or one can see that editor's note is there. That's why this case is reported by AIR, and that is perhaps a page number is also there, and the editor note is also there. They have quoted this paragraph 28 in this case, and said that it is a case of the page number 1308 of AIR 2020. In head note, it has written, Supreme Court's judgment editor's note is also says that the ratio, as a ratio of this case, that the internet has not declared by the Supreme Court as a fundamental right, but the medium of access, the medium of this internet is protected, constitutionally protected, if it is for two purposes only. The first purpose is speech and expression, and the second purpose is related to the trade and trade, commerce, business, whatever words are there. You can search some words are there under Article 19(1) clause 2. These are the words there. Then my sincere advice that by analyzing this one paragraph in these 40 and 45 minutes, my basically sincere advice to all the students that whenever you are studying any material, only it is not sufficient to say that it has written in the books, or it has said by X, or it is written in X place, is basically the correct answer. Correct answer, to search the correct answer, it is your duty. By applying the judicious mind, or by applying the real capacity of understanding of law. That is my point. See the comma, see the full stop, then read another paragraph, then read the whole facts, and then go through this system of law. And there are more than 50 points as searched by the Judicial Academy Ujala related to the precedent. And in 2003, when I have delivered a lecture to the judicial officers, I have also searched out at least the 30 points relating to the application of precedent, how it can be applied. A slight difference, a difference like a thin line creates the problem in future also. And that maybe it is a legal debate. It is a debate in the field of law. One may be not absolutely correct because of the understanding. Therefore, there is a against and for every time, and it goes up to the appeal. And then after the appeal, there is a review, and then there is a curative. There is no limit of it. Because of this, the lack of understanding system in the which says that in the G, the practice any profession, carry on occupation, trade or business. Intercourse is here not written. It is under this 301. Therefore, for this purpose only, for the purpose of the profession includes many things, not only business. A lawyer's profession is also there. Medical professional is also there. A expert in the field of that education, that is his professional expertise in that field also. Whenever he gives the expertise opinion to anyone, a geologist may be there, a person who is working in the area related to the forest environment, that is his profession. Consultancy of that expertise, that persons who have the expertise knowledge in that area. Therefore, the occupation, any kind of occupation, includes the various things. A person, is the occupation is to use this medical expertise, not the doctor but other persons, that paramedical employees are there. They may be expert in their field, testing, working in the laboratory, or some others also, because they have the expertise knowledge. Occupation, this is their occupation. Therefore, it is protected under this 19(1)(g), and for that purpose, internet is protected by the Constitution. It is protected by this judgment. It is protected, but still it may be said in future the Supreme Court, it is a fundamental right, and if it will say, then certainly either to incorporate directly as the right to education incorporated under Article 21A, it may be, or indirectly the writ petition can be filed by any persons who is not accessing the internet. That is the today's problem. Technology facility is not available within the every corner of India. That's why the court very, I can say, applying the visionary mind, applying the foresight, said that no one has argued. That's why we are not concerned about it. We are confining ourselves because this is a issue before the court and it has laid down the principle. Then we are not able to enter into that American system of the American system of the freedom of press, because of this the debate again and again. And for that purpose, as I have said, that you will go through the Bill of Rights, and you will go for the purpose of Virginia Declaration of USA. Rights are written by the George Mason in the year 1776. But these were not the complete rights. Bill of Rights were not the complete. Later on, by amending the 10 amendments, immediately, if you will see, that it was written by the James Madison, and prepared a draft of 10 amendment in the American Constitution, and that 10 aspect which have said that these are the points which we will discuss after this marathon debate on this issue of 2020 case, as you have seen. Therefore, the various times I am just saying that the LLM study is not a study of LLB. Simply LLB study, one can say this has laid down, these were the fact. But here, in every point, there is a debate. There is a need of analysis. Why I am quoting here the who has drafted it, the American First Amendment, 10 amendments, who has drafted it, who has written it, what are the words it has written. If we will see the First Amendment, which we are related to to discuss this aspect, there are some very 5